Hello, this is Paul Nisi from FrontDoorsGamer.com. Today at PAX, third day. This is Sunday. Long expo going on here. I am sitting down with Mike Levine, founder of Happy Giant. They are doing a new game for the iOS, coming out to Mac and PC as well, and Android. And they are bringing back a IP that some people may or may not be familiar, but those that are usually have a nice soft spot in their hearts. Usagi Yojimbo, originally a comic book series. It has hundreds of issues, and why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. So, as you said, we are huge fans of the comic. It's been a comic for 28 years. A lot of people remember Usagi from, there it is, a lot of people remember Usagi from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. A lot of people come up to the booth and say, is that the rabbit from the Turtles? And we of course say yes, and that's because the creators were really friendly when they started making them. So Usagi's appeared in the Turtles cartoons over the years. The Turtles have been in his books. But for us, I kind of fell in love with the comic a few years ago. Like many people, I had not read it since I was a very little kid, and there's just hundreds of issues, and I was just blown away at how good it was, how it never got boring. And I was like, my God, this is just a gem, not only to be turned into a game, but just to reintroduce to a whole new generation of fans who now play games and discover things in new mediums. And we really wanted to make a side-scrolling game, and Usagi really lent itself to that style.
Yeah, I mean, a Ronin samurai going around, I mean, that lends itself right to an action fighter. So for the game, I got a little hands-on with it a little earlier. You got the virtual buttons on the Android tablet here. Left is moving around. You also have the light attack, heavy attack. You have a special move. You unlock a bow and arrow later. Great stuff. And what can you tell us about unlocks? How do you progress in the game? How does Usagi progress in the game?
So the game features about 15 levels. There's a few levels that have branching paths. It has over 60 different enemy types, 13 unique boss monsters, and over 20 different combinations and special attacks that you unlock as you play the game. So based on how good you do on each level, how many hits you get, how many kills, etc., you get badges, and those badges determine how many combos you unlock per level. Usually you get about 1 or 2 per level, and those are either done through the special attack move or a combination of the button presses.
Yeah, fairly standard with you get light attacks and then heavy attacks, but obviously heavy attacks take longer to wind up, but if you do it in the right combo, you can do, for example, one of the first ones that I unlocked was the light, heavy, and that did a great, he attacks, and then he does this huge swiping back and forth a few times. That really nice animations on those. So tell us a little bit about the writing, maybe a little storyline. He's trying to get back something that was stolen.
Yeah, so we worked really closely with Stan on the game and the story and the art. Stan Sakai, the creator of Usagi, got to hang out with him at San Diego Comic-Con, which was fantastic, and meet the fans. And at that point, I really just wanted to make sure, more than anything, that the fans of the comic book loved this and saw the authenticity, saw that we were fans. And so far, the feedback has been phenomenal from the people who know the comic, and people who don't know it seem to be, really intrigued by it, as they should, just because it's so unique and different. We wanted to make something that looked like the comic too. In the beginning we said, should we make it 3D or cell shaded? But it just didn't look right. We did some tests, and we really wanted to have what people have been saying to us, which is great, the comic come to life. So as you play through the game and the story, you encounter many of Usagi's enemies that people know. We came up with a really epic plot. If people know the comic, it's loosely related to the grass cutter stories, which are some of the most famous tales, fables of Japan, which really is what Usagi does. He retells classic Japanese fables in comic form. And so the plot that we came up with involves the 3 sacred objects of Japan and grass cutter. And honestly, when I pitched it to Stan, I was sure he was going to say, don't do it, it's too big. And quite the opposite. He's like, this is great idea, go for it. And he just, he was great to work with. classic nice guy. I mean, just you couldn't be more of a sweetheart. Great guy to work with. Was really supportive, gave us advice, told us what we were doing wrong when we were doing it. But it was really important to me that he bought into it too and was supportive of it, which he's been. And the guy is he's a social media maven. I mean, he posts on Facebook 50 times a day or something. So he's been great posting about the game and getting the core audience involved with it.
All right. So fans of Usagi Yojimbo will enjoy this as well. They'll enjoy the artwork, the storyline. See a lot of familiar enemies, any familiar friends coming in.
So you play with companions who make appearances from time to time. They're AI-controlled companions. Fans of the comic will know them. Gen, one of his best friends, the bounty hunter. Kitsune, who's a fox, which is a thief. Sasuke, which is the demon hunter. I call him the Doctor Strange of Usagi. And Priest Shobo, and I think maybe a couple others appear as well. We've got the woodcutters, who everyone knows, always appearing with Usagi in random trails and paths as he travels the countryside. So yeah, a lot of his companions and friends are in it.
All right. So you have like 13 levels. You got all these unlocks. You got combos that you can unlock. You get a score at the you see a running score, toning tab going up.
Another thing to mention too is there's a bonus level. We're doing a co-promotion, which you'll hear more about in the next few weeks, with the Boston Museum of Fine Arts, the MFA. They approached us, and they're doing a samurai exhibit from April to August. And
so you get Usagi at the samurai exhibit.
Exactly. They first just wanted a game, and then they found out we had Usagi, and it was kind of like a match made in heaven. And so we're actually presenting there on May 11th at the MFA, and Stan Sakai is actually flying out to Boston, and he'll be presenting to drawings, giving away stuff. We'll be talking about the game, and if you come to the exhibit or the museum throughout the whole summer or spring, you'll be able to get a special code which unlocks a bonus level in the game where Usagi's actually wearing the armor from the exhibit, which has special powers and defense abilities for him.
Cool, very cool. All right, so I know, I think the iOS version is out already. And
iOS and Android are out. Android just came out, so it's up on Google Play and Amazon, runs on the Kindles, newer Android devices, and most modern iOS devices. If you don't know Usagi and you like these kind of games, I would say anyone who liked Castle Crashers on...
You worked with them a little bit on that?
I didn't work on Castle.
No.
I'm just a huge fan of it. We definitely looked at it quite close. We looked at all side scrollers from sort of that, the modern take on it, back to TMNT, which was sort of the classic retro side scroller that we sort of loosely based it on, and just tried to make sure we were following the control schemes. And since the game's come out, we've gotten great feedback from the fans. We've actually listened. We've improved the controls immensely. We've put out new updates, so if anyone grabbed it the first day and haven't got the updates, they should, because the feedback we've got at PAX, we've just been hearing again and again that the controls, the response are really good compared to a lot of other iOS games, so that's been good to hear.
All right, so check it out, find it on your whatever device you have, whether Android or iOS, and check it out.
UsagiYojimboGame.com or HappyGiant.com.
All right, so check it out, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, no problem.
Good PAX.
Yep.
So I'll survive the rest.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're trying to survive. All right, this is Paul Nisi from PAX 2013 signing off.